What's up, Raider Nation? It's your boy Hank, back with a video for the first time in a couple of months. I had some personal things going on, and that caused me to slack on dropping new videos for you. I'm going to try to get more consistent and bring you your Raiders fix. Now, a lot has happened since the end of the season. Our season ended in shit. Derek Carr was benched. The cocksucking Chiefs won the Super Bowl, and then Derek Carr was released. When the season ended, Tom Brady was a lock to come to us. It was all the reports said it, but then he retires. Then what? Only hope we have is to trade for Aaron Rodgers, and now reports are saying that we're not even interested in him. That I guess McDaniels' plan is to look for somebody in the draft. I'm not gonna lie. This offseason is going to be stressful, especially if we don't pick up a solid quarterback. But not only that, McDaniels has to step up as a coach and take charge of this team and plug the holes on this roster without mortgaging the future. Raider Nation is sick and tired of the embarrassment and just the hope that's for nothing before every season. And this season coming up needs to show that real work is getting done. Now let's get into it.
Jersey Raider with this.
Now, if you guys were anything like me going in to the start of this season, you were expecting the Raiders to have a chance at playing in the Super Bowl. But instead, another season filled with inconsistent play, bad play calling, horrible defense, and the benching or scapegoating of Derek Carr. We end up finishing this season 6-11, guys. Defense was atrocious. We couldn't stop anybody from throwing all over us at any given time. You know, aside from Max Crosby, we just couldn't generate enough pressure. Our takeaways as a team were below league average, which seems to be the case every single year. I just don't understand how we just cannot produce any takeaways. On the offensive side of the ball, after a few rough weeks, the offensive line finally started to get it together, and they actually finished up pretty strong. Top 15, I believe they were ranked. Devontae Adams, he did his thing. He did exactly what we expected him to do. JJ did his thing. But our all-star tight end, Darren Waller, he was out most of the season. Hunter Renfrow was out most of the season. And, Derek Carr, he seemed lost out there. Every week was different with this guy. And the offense seemed different week to week. And we could not produce enough offense to close out games that we were leading by plenty. And, really, as bad as our defense was, the fact that we could not click on all cylinders on offense was just astonishing to me, given the talent. Quite frankly, this season was a shit show and very stressful to watch. But despite how bad it was, we had some bright spots. And, I feel these are my Raiders of the year. All right, guys. These are my Raiders of the year. Number 1, if you've been watching the fucking games, you'll know he should be your team MVP because he's my team MVP, Josh Jacobs. 340 attempts, 1,653 yards, 12 touchdowns, almost 5 yards a carry, 53 receptions for 400 yards. This guy fought for every single yard that he got this season. Just to give you some extra stats, with 1,653 rushing yards this season, Josh Jacobs won the NFL rushing title, joining Hall of Famer Marcus Allen and being only the second Raider, exactly, to ever do it. Alright? Obviously, he had the rushing title, most yards from scrimmage this season with 2,053. He has the most yards through 4 years of any Raider with 4,740. All right. What else we got here? 93 first downs. 93 first downs, man. Team record, and he owns second place with 61. He had over 30 more first downs than the second guy, which was Nick Chubb. You know, there should be no reason why we don't re-sign this guy. He's a workhorse. He sets up the passing game, and he's going to be truly important on whatever we do at quarterback. Whether we bring in somebody from free agency or we're going to get that young guy in the draft. Second place, got to give it to my boy Davante Adams. Thank God. Thank God we got this guy this past season. Do you understand how shitty our season would be if we didn't have Davante? 100 receptions, 1,500 yards, 14 touchdowns, 15 yards per reception. Bro, this guy was amazing. You know, he was on par with the same stats he had last season with Aaron Rodgers. You know what I'm saying? You know, in the beginning of the season, everybody was saying, oh, Davante's missing Aaron Rodgers because of the way everything's going. Well, to be honest with you, I think they both missed each other. You know, because Aaron Rodgers had a pretty shitty season as well. You know, he had a walk-off touchdown this year, led the NFL in receiving touchdowns, third straight All-Pro, most receiving yards in a season by a Raider, 13 touchdowns away from 100. You know, this guy, he's truly going to go down as one of the best ever. And, you know, he just had some crazy-ass catches this year that, you know, we couldn't believe he was making out there. You know, really the brightest spot in our passing game. Third, but not least, Max Crosby. 58 solo tackles, 88 total. You know, just one shy of the record for D linemen. 12.5 sacks, 3 forced fumbles, 22 tackles for loss. I know that says 20 in the graphic. I'm sorry. 4 passes deflected and 1 blocked field goal. Was ranked the second best edge rusher throughout most of the season. Despite constant double teams and getting held on every other play. And believe me, man, there must have been at least 25, 30 fucking plays that this guy should have got a penalty called because he was getting held out there bad. Especially that whole last drive against the Rams in another game that we blew. The refs blew a lot of calls on that last drive. You know, he had 47 quarterback pressures, 5th in the league. 21 run stuffs, number 1 in the league. And 22 tackles for loss, like I said. Really, he's been worth every single dollar that we gave him with that $96 million contract. And he's really just been earning it out there. He could have got lazy. He could have got, you know, comfortable, put his feet up. But no, he went out there, he grinded, and he hustled this season. So shout to him and shout to the rest of the guys. These were the 3 Raiders of the year, and hopefully they carry it on into the next season. If you've been watching since my first episode here on the podcast, you know that Derek Carr is always going to have a special place for me in my heart. He was, you know, his first regular season game was me and my brother's first ever Raider game. So because of that, I've always supported him. You know, despite all the chaos that the team has surrounded him with, he gave us stability at the quarterback position. Which, if you don't remember, before him we went through 10 years of just fucking pathetic guys, bro, that gave us no confidence going into Sunday. You know, it was really bad, man. Like, if you remember those years from, let's say, 2004 to 2014, it was just a fucking carousel of shitty quarterbacks. You know, at least he's been a bright spot in that capacity, that he gave us stability and that he did win us some very tough games. But after the way he performed this last season, I don't think I could blame, most of the fan base for wanting change. Josh McDaniels clearly wanted change. Mark Davis, for sure, wanted change. And, Carr ends this season 60.8 completion percentage, 3,522 yards, 24 touchdowns, failed to get 30 again, 14 interceptions, and a 55.5 QBR. I get that the way we ended things with him was not ideal. Especially with somebody who's meant so much to this franchise and Raider Nation. But hopefully McDaniels has this with our best interest at heart. And, I'm on board now with finding a new franchise quarterback. With that being said, Derek Carr ends his tenure with the Silver and Black with a career record of 63-79, 35,222 yards, 217 touchdowns, 99 interceptions with 80 fumbles, 36 lost. The most fumbles by any quarterback since entering the league. He is a 3-time Pro Bowler, and he holds all major franchise records. But again, only 2 playoff berths, and he's 0-1, only playing in 1 game. Look, I understand he's had 6 head coaches in 9 years, second all-time, only behind Archie Manning with 7. I understand that, the defense has never placed better than 20th throughout his 9 years. You had the Antonio Brown fiasco. You had the, franchise players like Khalil Mack and Amari Cooper getting traded upon Gruden's arrival. The drama that he brought. You had the Henry Ruggs tragedy. And inconsistent coaching and efforts by others on this team. But the facts most people are going to talk about, the main fact is your win-loss record, 63-79. You're a 9-year starter. And you have no playoff wins. So, maybe a fresh start will be beneficial to both parties involved. And listen, man, once a Raider, always a Raider. I'm always going to support Derek Carr, except when he's playing the Raiders. And, I just wish him all the best. And thanks for all the hard work you've put in throughout these 9 seasons. Now, the main question for this entire offseason for us is, who's going to replace Derek Carr after 9 years? Straight up, if we want to win right fucking now, we need to do everything we can without mortgaging our future to get Aaron Rodgers. At the end of the day, by going after Aaron Rodgers, you're telling your team that you want to win now. That this is not a rebuild. You got Devontae Adams recruiting for him. Raider Nation is basically stalking the guy. Now listen, I know Vic Tafur came out with a report saying that we're not interested in him anymore since he came out of his fucking dark room or whatever that was. But, I'm not going to believe that. I feel like if the price is right, we're going to go get him. This past season, he had a dip, 3,600 yards, just under 3,700 yards, 26 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. 12 interceptions, very un-Rodgers-like. QBR of 39.3, definitely his worst season in a while. But, guys, he has a career of 147 wins to 75 losses. Career 103.6 passer rating. 65% completion percentage. 59,000 yards. 475 touchdowns to 105 interceptions. This is the guy. This is the guy we need, even at 39 years of age. He's going to come in here and immediately make this team better and take this offense to a level that we have not seen in shit. I don't think I've seen this since, or I wouldn't see this since 2002 when we had Rice and Brown and Gannon and shit. If we can't get Rodgers, then we got to go for Lamar Jackson. All right? 2 first-round picks to Baltimore. I know there's a lot of people that are not going to like that because it's not safe, but the guy he's just amazing, man. All right? I know he had a short season, 2,200 yards passing, 17 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. He's got a career 63.7 completion percentage, 12,200 yards passing, 101 touchdowns to 38 interceptions, over 4,400 yards rushing, 24 touchdowns, and about 42 fumbles, which is a lot. I'm not going to lie. But his talent is just amazing. I mean, come on, man. 45 wins to 16 losses since entering the league. He's going to win 3 weeks out of 4 every single month throughout the season. And I think if he comes to the Raiders, he's going to have a way better tight end in Darren Waller, a bona fide number 1 wide receiver, a stud running back, and a pretty decent offensive line. So, like I said, if we can't get Rodgers, we got to get Lamar. If we don't get Lamar, then I don't know what the fuck we're going to do, man, because I don't see, you got Devontae going in his 10th year. We don't know how long he's got. JJ, he's about to be in his 5th year, and he's a running back. Let's be honest, those guys, they don't got too much time on their side, and we got to get there. We got to get there. We got to find somebody that's going to be able to take us over the hump. Now, I'm going to be honest. I have no, and I mean zero, fucking hope for Josh McDaniels. But I can't do anything about it. Raider Nation can't do anything about it. He's our coach. And it looks like he's going to be our coach for a little bit. He's not a team leader. The team split on him. He doesn't change things when things are going bad. And when he's actually calling a good game, for some reason he goes away from it. Like if we're running the ball good, for some reason he decides, you know what, I'm not going to run in the second half, which is just unbelievable to me. Watching him in post-game interviews, it's absolutely infuriating. He takes no accountability. He blames it on players. He believes he called a good game after we fucking blew the game or, just got blown out. He says, it just wasn't working out for us. We felt we made the right decisions. Just wasn't working out for us. I don't understand it. But Davis kept him. And once Mark Davis gave him his full support, it was bye-bye Derek Carr. And honestly, if this whole Josh McDaniels and Dave Ziegler experiment doesn't work out, that's on Mark Davis. He ends up looking like the jackass. And again, he brings further embarrassment onto Raider Nation and this organization. And at that point, he's honestly got to think about either selling the team or bringing in some type of sports management company to help run things because he clearly doesn't know what he's doing. He's not his father in any way. I mean, even Al Davis in his later years wasn't this bad. But to McDaniels, we ended the season with a 6-11 record, 3rd in the AFC West. 11th in total yards, 11th in passing yards. That's something, that's decent. 17th in rushing, 12th in points forced. 28th in total yards, 26th in points allowed. How are we going to win games when we keep allowing these offenses to come back on us? And making it easy for them at that. I just don't see it. 9 games lost by 1 possession or less with this motherfucker, man. 5 games lost after leading by 10 points. 2 by 17. 2 by 17. We got shut out by the Saints. And I don't know what's worse. We lost to Jeff Saturday in his first game. His only win of the season. This guy was literally on ESPN talking shit how the Raiders look like crap. And he gets his fat ass off the chair. Yes, I'm fat too, but he got his fat ass off the chair. Came, coached his first fucking game and beat us. You should be embarrassed to call yourself a head coach. And the shit that pisses me off the most, we got swept by the Chiefs. Swept by the Chiefs. And that first game we should have won because we were up by 17 in that game. And those pieces of shits won the fucking Super Bowl. But, like I said, I can't do anything about it. Raider Nation can't do anything about it. We just gotta hope that this guy gets it right in 2023 and makes the right decisions, whether, it's for winning right now or he sets us up good for the future, because I don't know how this fan base is going to react with another failed coach and another failed GM. I really don't. Now, I guess thankfully, one good thing from such a shitty season is that we got the number 7 overall pick. Now, is that high enough to get a quarterback? I hope to God. Like I said, if we don't get A-Rod and if we don't get Lamar Jackson, we gotta go quarterback on this pick. And listen to me, don't talk to me about fucking Jimmy Garoppolo. If we get Jimmy Garoppolo, what's the point of that? We might as well have just kept Derek Carr. He's a fucking game manager just like him. Except Derek Carr at least actually cares about the team. And I just feel like that would just be a major letdown for everybody. For the players, definitely Devontae and Raider Nation. Please don't get fucking Jimmy Garoppolo. But anyway, with the number 7 pick, there's only 2 quarterbacks I think we would want to get in this draft. That are going to be solid for us, year one. At least, pretty solid for us as a rookie, year one. For me, number 1, C.J. Stroud. Last season he had 3,600 yards passing, 41 TDs, just 6 interceptions, an 88.9 QBR. At Ohio State for his career, he's 69.3 completion percentage, 8,123 yards, 85 touchdowns to just 12 picks, and a school record 182.4 quarterback rating. That's crazy. All right, he's very accurate, a very accurate passer, makes smart decisions with the football, not very mobile, but he can definitely move around and extend plays some. With the weapons we have here, I feel like he would be able to flourish in year one, for sure. Holds multiple Ohio State and Big Ten records. 21-4 as a starter with Ohio State. C.J. Stroud, to me, would be the best option for us. But the way things are looking, he's probably going to go at pick 2. Pick 1 maybe, if not Bryce Young. But hopefully he falls to us. If we can't get C.J. Stroud, next best option for us for this upcoming season, Will Levis. Last season, he had over 2,400 yards throwing the ball, 19 touchdowns to 10 interceptions. Listen, I understand it's not that great a season, but he had a very bad offensive line. I think they had something like 33 or 39 sacks given up on the year. So he struggled a lot because of that. For his career at Kentucky, 64.9 completion percentage, over 5,800 passing yards, 46 touchdowns to 25 interceptions, and a 145.6 quarterback rating. He's 17-7 as a starter at Kentucky. Very strong arm that will keep safeties on point. All right? This guy can really throw it down the field. He's very good at getting it in tight windows. He ran a pro-style offense. Gameplay very comparable to Josh Allen. I'm sorry. His body type is very comparable to Josh Allen. I don't think he's as mobile as Josh Allen, but he's definitely got the arm. So that's pretty much my thoughts on the draft as far as the quarterbacks I want. Now, the way they've been talking about Bryce Young lately because of his height and his weight, he may end up dipping, and we may get a chance to grab him at 7. And I think at that point, if these two guys are off the board, we got to take them. We got to get somebody in at quarterback because, like I said, I don't want fucking Jimmy Garoppolo if it's not A-Rod or Lamar. So hopefully we get it right in this draft. Now, guys, I would love to go further and tell you who I like to pick in this upcoming draft, but it's going to be a long off season. And, I want to see what happens over the next month, what moves we make, what moves happen around the league. And, what I like now may not be what I like a month from now. So, with that being said, look out for my mock draft video coming. If you made it this far into the video, please subscribe to the channel. Like I said, I'm going to try to get more consistent with dropping content for you. Once again, it's your boy Jersey Raider Hank. Love each other and be well. See you next time, nation.